Chinese state influence is a significant issue facing people here in Vancouver, but it's also creeping across our country as Chinese soft power under President Xi is becoming status quo. And that seems to work perfectly for our Liberal government and Prime Minister Trudeau, who you surely know by now feels this way about China.
There's a level of admiration I actually have for China because their basic dictatorship is allowing them to actually turn their economy around on a dime.
In the past year alone, I've told you about the Trudeau government approving the sale of Avensis, a Montreal tech company specializing in laser technology, to a subsidiary of the state-controlled China Electronics Corporation. Or how about the sale of a seniors care facility here in BC to Anbang Insurance? And then there was the raising of the Communist Chinese flag at Vancouver City Hall last year as Liberal MP Joe Pesci-Shalito wore the Communist Youth's red scarf. And don't forget about when we allowed People's Liberation Navy vessels into our port in Victoria earlier this year. As I said, Chinese influence is on the rise across our country, and Justin Trudeau is welcoming it. But that should concern Canadians because we know that when we deal with China, even if it is only for business, that there are always nationalistic, militaristic, and somewhat imperialistic goals at play for them beyond our usual Western capitalistic thinking of profits for shareholders. That is why it was with a keen eye that I watched as Canada sent our delegation with the Prime Minister to China in August last year and when the Chinese visited Canada last October. The meetings were done in partnership with the China Entrepreneur Club. So who is the China Entrepreneur Club? Well, according to the Privy Council, quote, the China Entrepreneur Club groups together China's top private entrepreneurs, with its 49 members representing almost 600 billion Canadian dollars in annual gross income in 2015, unquote. This is unbelievable. It's the richest of the rich companies in China that are involved in our government's relations with the communist regime. We found all this out through an exclusive access to information packet that also revealed the inner workings of our Liberal government's approach to dealing with China, which continues to take a sharp U-turn from the previous Harper Conservatives. The Liberals attempted to control the Canadian media's access to the Chinese delegation when they were here. They probably did not want a repeat of last June when a Canadian journalist dared to question the Chinese foreign minister on their human rights record and received this scolding.
Your question is full of prejudice and against China and arrogance, where I don't know where that come from.
So they restricted access. You can see right here in emails back and forth between government staffers wanting to check with the Chinese officials if Canadian journalists can have media access in our very own country. I mean, get real. Here's another email. You can see again more censorship of the media where another Privy Council officer says they would, quote, prefer not to have the media capture the Prime Minister's arrival. Why all the secrecy and appeasement to the communist regime? For the Rebel.media, I'm Christopher Wilson. Thanks for watching, and I'll keep you up to date to all the dealings between Canada, China, and growing Chinese influence. But I need a favor from you. We've got a brand new YouTube channel called Rebel Canada that focuses exclusively on Canadian political and news stories. Please subscribe today.